Hey there. Although I am involved with CADAC, the Center of ADHD Awareness Canada, the views and opinions expressed in this episode are those of the participants and do not reflect those of CADAC. And now, cue the music.
This is the Impulsive Thinker Podcast, a show for high-achieving ADHD entrepreneurs. Together, we will inform and educate you about how to improve your self-awareness while developing systems, routines, and habits for conquering the entrepreneurial world. Here is your host, Andre Brisson.
Hey there, it's Andre here with another short for the Impulsive Thinker Podcast, a podcast for the high-achieving ADHD entrepreneur. This episode is brought to you by CADAC, the Center of ADHD Awareness Canada. You can get more information and you can donate at www.cadddac.ca. The other day, I was reminiscing with a friend about our pre-entrepreneurial days when we actually had jobs working for other people. And I started to reminisce back and started to laugh. And lately, the moniker of the troublemaker has been talked about a lot. It's in my best habits, my unique ability. But like I said, I'm only a troublemaker if you're not really doing something right. And I'm the warrior when I'm there to fight for what's right. But I started to look back and yeah, you know what? I was a troublemaker. But why was I a troublemaker? A lot of people saw me that as a troublemaker. And you know why? And I think this you will understand and this will hit you. I guarantee it. I was a troublemaker because I was good at my job, right? I used to get in trouble all the time for doing my job efficiently. And I mean frequently. So my first high school job was actually a grocery store in this little town that we were in, Port Elgin. And they just opened up. So I worked 2 months or a month, I forget exactly how long, but it was an empty store. So we stocked all the shelves and we spent all that time I spent a month in the one aisle for the women feminine products and other hygiene stuff. So I spent all that time. They tell me the game plan and I actually did that whole aisle by myself. They would not give me people to work with. And it wasn't the fact that I couldn't work with people. It was that I could work on my own and they dropped me skids and I would figure out where everything's supposed to go and I would go and I would ask questions when I was needed and they could rely me on that. And so at the time I didn't get in trouble with the manager a lot because he could just give me a task and I would do it and I would think about it and problem solve and come back with solutions. And if there was nothing else to do, I would find something to do. But where I got in trouble was with the other staff. And at the time, I thought they were lazy. I thought there's a few that were lazy that didn't want to work. But all in all, the majority, it's not that they were lazy. It's just the speed I did my job, which was normal for me, and at times I thought was slow, was 3, 5, 10 times faster than they would do when they were efficient and productive. And I'm not faulting them. And this is what I'm really starting to see, especially with my engineering team and the neurotypicals, is I realized that, my God, if this is the neurotypical world, it's freaking slow. They work slow in comparison to what we know and understand. And I started to appreciate from their side. So if it takes me 2 hours, it might take them 6. That's cool. That's fine. Everyone understands that and gets it. And I got that. So I used to get in trouble for doing my job efficiently. I had people who wanted to pound me because I was making them look bad. They thought I was doing it on purpose to make them look bad, and I wasn't. I was just doing my job. I had to be there for 4, 6, 8 hours. I'm not going to go quarter speed just to kill time and not do stuff. I had to keep going. So that was one thing. Then I went to engineering at University of Waterloo, and we had co-ops. We had 4-month stints of work and then 4 months school, 4 months work, 4 months stint. So I'm a student. I want to learn as much as I can. And I know I don't know a lot. And I'm actually hampering the production of a lot of projects. So therefore, I'll do a little more. And I got along with everyone. And after a while, I started to notice that people weren't willing to help me as much. And I was kind of getting a little bit of resistance. And I didn't understand why. And then one guy, Con was his name, nice Irish guy. I really, really respected that guy. He pulled me aside and he said, you have to slow down. I said, pardon me? He says, you have to slow down. You're doing your work too fast. Now let's put some perspective here. I'd never done AutoCAD or CAD design work ever. I never touched the software. I learned it there. I never did engineering type of work or drawings. I learned it there. They need someone to figure out how to scan, drawings from the 1800s because it was mining, and then raster them and then do AutoCAD drawings on them. I figured that out, and I never did it before. I figured that out. So that was my first work term, not knowing anything on how to do this. And within a month and a half, I got pulled over and says, I got to slow down. I'm doing work too fast. I'm making other people look bad. And I said, well, I was given X amount of hours. I'm doing quicker, so I should be good. They said, no, at this place, you have to use up all the hours. So basically what I learned there is big corporations is if I'm given 20 hours, I do in 10, you waste time, just put time to the timesheet and everything looks good on paper. So who cares? Unfortunately, that's what I did. It was the most painful 2 work terms I had, yet I still learned a lot. Then I also start to reflect back too, is I actually have my parents claiming all the time that I rushed my jobs and my, the tasks, chores, jobs I was given that I rushed, and they assumed I did not do a good job. And when they saw I did a good job, I actually got more trouble because I did things a lot quicker and efficiently. And I don't know if that upset them or not, but I remember getting in trouble for doing things too quickly, even though they were a good job. Okay. And then also, this is the creme de la crop. I love this one. When I got into that bad partnership, the main reason they came to me says, in the service world, there are manufacturers. In the service world, they're having challenges. So you're good at what you do. You understand all this stuff, and you're in the service industry. So you take this shop. Here's a list. There's almost 20 things that they're having challenges with, and they could not figure out for the last 5-6 years, if longer. I said, no problem. Get it going. We get the project going. We get the company going. And then all of a sudden, bang, bang, boom. I get all 20 things resolved within 6 months. Customer service, improved services, better pricing. Just 6 months we had it resolved. And I got clients really liking us. And that was a problem. That was a problem because I made them look bad that they couldn't figure this out. And they figured it'd be at least 5 years before we came to solving half of them, or a little more, 3/4 maybe. And again, they came to me for my skill set. They came to me that I understood that side of the business, and they wanted me to fix it for them. But I fixed it at my speed, at my rate. And they got upset about it. Made them look bad. Then, the story, I had to cut it because it really caused some problems. Now, I don't regret working at my speed. It's just what I wish I would have known is if I would have been diagnosed back then, I would understand the speed, and I can either approach it differently and explain that I need to go. It's just I'm physically hyperactive, or I just need the challenge, or just maybe how I carry myself or talk to people could have been different to minimize a lot of it. But I'm not saying that we got to change the way we do things. Now, I changed my tactics now. Because even with customers, when they hire me, I go to the site and they go, hey, yeah, here's the problem, boom, 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 here's the solution, off we go. Then I give them the bill. A lot of times people feel they look bad when we solve problems immediately and quickly. So it's like you go there, they've been staring at the problem for months, and then you come in, within 10, 15 minutes, got it done. Let's go. We'll get the paperwork. They don't care paying the fee. It's just that it went so quick that they feel bad. So now what I kind of start doing is I now have more of a conversation, get to know them. I actually spend more time on site with them, getting to know them, and then come up with a solution later. And then what they feel is that we spent all that time trying to solve the solution, but what I was doing is getting to know them better and killing time. Or what I'll do is I have a solution. I'll drive all the way back to the office, catch up on things. Then the next day I'll say, here's a solution. And this is a way to appease everyone, because we get in trouble because we do our skill set and our jobs efficiently and quickly. And people, it becomes it's like ADHD. It's always about them. It's never about us. So it becomes about them, how they look bad. They couldn't figure it out. And then some person here with this skill set comes up with an immediate answer. And 9 times out of 10, it becomes a negative experience on their part. And therefore, we get in trouble or we suffer the consequences. So what I'm trying to say here is don't change the way you are and how you do things. It's just that it's customer service and customer appreciation. If you notice that about your client, change your tactic as more of a sales advantage to say, yeah, it did take me some time to figure it out. They feel better. It's a relationship builder. And they'll come back again because they felt comfortable. So, did you get in trouble for doing your job efficiently? And are you still getting in trouble for doing your job efficiently as an entrepreneur when other people are coming to you for that particular skill set? Have a good day.
Thank you for listening to the Impulsive Thinker podcast. If you have a question, comment, or suggestion for the show, please visit theimpulsivethinker.com. The Impulsive Thinker podcast is produced by Tactical Breakthroughs and hosted by Andre Brisson. Remember, ADHD is only a part of you, not all of you.